Okay, I'm at 11047 Fairhaven Way in Orlando, Florida. The homeowner's name is Claudia Silva. Just gonna document the damage that was found to this roof. So we're here on the right slope, and on the right slope, I found wind and hail damage. And then another thing that I want to show is the brittleness of this roof. So you can see the granular loss, the exposed fiberglass. Any spot you go to on the roof, see the same thing. Just see the granular loss consistent all over this roof. It's still in decent condition for the age of the roof, but at the same time, it is showing brittleness. And one of the reasons I point that out is because with the amount of wind damage and the brittleness of the shingle, this roof cannot be repaired. So if I try to repair a crease shingle like that, I'm gonna have to lift these surrounding shingles to pull this shingle out. And when I do that, by lifting these surrounding shingles, because it's already brittle, as you can see, it's gonna crease these surrounding shingles when I try to do a repair on this roof. So because of the brittleness, this roof is not repairable when you add that up with the amount of wind and hail, the weather-related damage on this roof. So on the right slope, I found about 12 indications of wind damage, and then also found some hail impacts as well. So you can just kind of see here, crease shingle lifts up. If you look underneath there, there's no mat transfer. If you look at that shingle, there's no double creasing, just a single line going across the top. The reason I'm pointing that out, because that's how we determine that it's natural or legit wind damage, because there's no single creasing and then there's no mat transfer underneath the shingle. So same thing here, more wind damage. See the same thing here, shingle lifts up. More here, crease shingle. Got more here. See that line going across the top. More there. More down there. That was, looks like it's gonna break off soon. More here. See that line going across the top of this shingle, all the way across the top. More crease shingles there. More here. See that line going all the way across the top. More there. More here. And then you can see I did a test square right here, and there's hail impacts as well. So you can see the reason why I say that's hail is because you can see the impact going around, but then in the middle of the shingle, you can see how the asphalt is driven into the shingle. So that's how you know it's hail, because the hail has knocked the asphalt into the shingle instead of a blister. That's how. Same thing there. More there. More here. There. There. So you can see about 12 impacts inside of that test square. So this slope has probably about 50% damage to the roof. It's definitely not repairable because it's brittle, and the amount of wind and hail damage on the roof. On the left slope, I found a little bit of wind. I didn't find too much, but I did find a few indications of wind. You can just see line going across the top. More here. More there. And you can see the hail impacts. More there. Another crease shingle there. So that's just a quick overview of this roof. It's too much wind and hail damage, especially on this right slope. This whole slope is gone. And then the left slope is the same. It's not as much wind, but you do have hail on that side and some wind. And the shingle is really brittle on both slopes. So this roof cannot be repaired. It must be fully replaced due to the storm that hit it and caused the wind and hail damage. I think it was 7.9. Sent over a couple storm reports. It shows 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and I believe quarter-size hail on that date. So this roof cannot be replaced. Has to be this roof cannot be repaired. It must be fully replaced. 11047 Fairhaven Way. The homeowner's name is Claudia Silva.